Hey, thanks for tuning in. Today, we're going to break down one of the biggest steps in any construction pro's career, getting that contractor's license. We're going to take what feels like this huge, complicated exam and turn it into a clear, totally manageable blueprint for your success. All right, let's get right into it. So you're there, right? You've got the skills, you've got the drive, and you are ready to be your own boss. You want to build a business that's all about quality, something that is truly yours. You know, that's an amazing goal to have.
But here's the thing. Standing right between that dream and your reality is the license. And let's be real for a second, that exam can feel like a mountain. It's just a pile of dense regulations, tricky business law, technical questions. It's designed to be tough, for sure, but that's exactly why we're here. We're going to give you the tools to conquer it. I want you to try something. Stop thinking of this exam as just a barrier you have to get over. Instead, I want you to think of it as the actual blueprint for your entire career. Seriously, every single section you study isn't just to pass a test. It's the fundamental knowledge you'll need to run a safe, legal, and profitable business. When you really look at it, the exam boils down to these three core pillars. You've got managing the business, navigating all the legal stuff, and of course, mastering the project itself. So let's break each one of these down.
Look, being a great builder is one thing, but being a great contractor, that means you have to be a great business owner. And this first pillar is all about that. It's about the financial and the organizational decisions that can make or break a company long before you ever hammer the first nail. Okay, this is one of the first and honestly, one of the most crucial decisions you're going to make. Check this out. If you're a sole proprietor, there is zero legal separation between you and the business. That means if your company gets into trouble, your personal stuff, we're talking your house, your truck, your savings, it's all on the line. But with an LLC, you're basically creating a legal shield. The business becomes its own thing, protecting you and your family from business debts. Understanding this choice is all about managing your personal risk. All right, let's shift gears to our second pillar, the law. Understanding the legal side of things isn't just about avoiding getting into trouble. It's really about creating a framework that protects you, your clients, and your entire business. Think of it as your legal armor. Every single project you do is going to live or die by its contract. And for a contract to actually hold up in court, it has to have these 5 things. Just think of it like a checklist, right? You need a clear offer, an unconditional acceptance, something called consideration, which just means something of value is exchanged, like money for services. Then, both parties need to have the legal capacity to agree. And finally, the work has to have a legal purpose. You miss just one of these, and that contract could be totally worthless. Now, take a look at this number. $15,000. What do you think that is? It's not the price tag on a small project. In some states, this can be the fine for a single instance of contracting without a license. This is a pretty stark reminder of why that second pillar, the law, is so critical. The consequences of not playing by the rules, they are massive. Okay, let's move on to our third and final pillar, mastering the project. This is where your on-the-job skills really come into play. But the exam is going to test you on more than just craftsmanship. It tests your ability to manage a project efficiently, to get it done on time, and, most importantly, to do it safely. So one of the key concepts you'll absolutely need to know is the critical path method, or CPM. And this isn't just some fancy jargon, it's the science of good scheduling. CPM helps you figure out the essential sequence of tasks that sets your project's total timeline. See, any delay on this critical path directly delays the entire project. If you can master this, you can look a client in the eye, give them a realistic completion date, and manage your resources like a total pro.
And of course, there's safety. This chart from OSHA shows the fatal 4. These are the things responsible for more than half of all deaths in construction. And look at that top one, falls. It's the #1 killer by a long shot. Knowing these risks, and more importantly, knowing the OSHA's standards to prevent them, is a non-negotiable part of being a licensed contractor. It's all about protecting your crew and, in turn, protecting your business.
So, we've covered the what, those 3 big pillars of the exam. But now let's talk about the how. You know, success here isn't just about the number of hours you cram in. It's about making those hours actually count. Let's look at a really simple but powerful technique to help you remember all this stuff. This slide really gets to the heart of how to study effectively, the difference between passive review and active recall. See, just rereading your notes might feel productive, but your brain isn't really working. Active recall, though, is like doing reps at the gym but for your brain. By forcing yourself to pull information out of your memory, like by taking practice quizzes or trying to explain a concept out loud to someone, you build those strong memory connections. That is how this information really sticks.
All right, let's bring it all home. The business sense, the legal knowledge, the project management skills, these aren't just topics on an exam. They are the fundamental building blocks of the career that you want to build.
You know, the source material for this explainer puts it perfectly. This whole process is about investing in yourself. That license shows you've met the highest standards of professionalism and that you are ready to lead with skill and integrity.
That license is your gateway. And believe me, with the right preparation, you can walk right through it. To build that future, you need a solid foundation. That's why we've been drawing from the Contractor's License Exam Prep Complete Study Guide with practice questions and answers, written by Mike L. Porter. And hey, for those of you who study better by listening, it's coming soon to audible.com, narrated by Tom Brooks. It's the comprehensive tool to help you turn that dream into your reality.